South Africa. Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah? Yep, good. Hey, Stephanie Johnston.
Good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. On the second day of this Amsterdam Sevens, and a big cheer for Scotland and South Africa as they just run out onto pitch one. A little overcast, no rain to speak of. Scotland getting ready to kick off. And it's a good long kick into the South African 22, but there were Scottish ladies in front of the kicker. And the referee has absolutely no patience with that, brings South Africa back to the middle line where they take the quick tap penalty going left and now coming right. Looking for the chances on the outside here. But no room there, so taking it back into the centre of the pitch. Big barge, well tackled by two Scottish ladies. But South Africa still in control, going the short side with only one player outside. But she's fast and tries to cut in between two Scottish ladies. It's a ruck, no hands. South Africa still in possession, playing it out left. Three players outside her. The Scottish drift defence is doing its work, but South Africa are looking for that gap. Play it back, and there is a man over on the right, a lady over on the right-hand side. A lovely tackle there again, smothered in the centre of the pitch. Ball goes down, ruck situation. And this is a sustained period of South African pressure, not so much in territory because they're staying in the middle of the pitch, but this is the 35th consecutive pass. Nicely bridged and back through the legs. Chance here for South Africa on the short side, swinging it back inside, slowing it down, possession. Well, that's a good break through the centre, but well tackled. The support is there, but the pass goes down. South Africa still in possession, and again well tackled on the South African 10-yard line, forcing the ladies back. Oh, a nice little jinx there. And there's advantage from the knock-on. There was no advantage there from the forward pass by South Africa. And so we get the first scrum of the day in the centre of the pitch where it all started 2 minutes ago. A scrum down, Scotland ball. And the referee saying that was a lot of running in the first 2 minutes at 10 o'clock on a coolish Sunday morning here. Very unfamiliar temperatures here for the South African ladies, although for the Scottish ladies this won't be a total surprise for them. The referee pulls them up. The ball must be put straight into the middle of the scrum, and it looked as if the ball was put slightly towards the Scottish side. And that's better, and the ball is in. Oh, well, the South African scrum half looked offside, but the referee's letting it go. Good possession by Scotland, and there is a little overlap on the right-hand side as the ball goes out. And the winger cuts back inside, strong running there. And she goes through two, she goes through three people. Well smothered now, and she's still going strong. And she goes down, and she releases, and the tackler rolls away. That's good possession for Scotland now. And a good little break by the number 6, but she is taken as well. The support is there, and she goes down. She's pulled down, and that's a penalty offence. South Africa in possession once again, 3 minutes into the game. And they're moving forward now with determination. A good break through the centre of the pitch, but well tackled in the middle. Oh, well recovered by Scotland, but a little knock on there, and the referee will bring them back. No advantage. Scrum down. That'll be a scrum for the knock-on. South African put in. And after almost...
Go to pitch immediately. We are waiting for you. Players on silver fans to come attack immediately. Thank you.
The ball did not go in. The ball must be kept in by the outside legs of the props, and it went in and out, so the referee correctly recalling the scrum. South African put in on the middle line, and that's a good scrum by South Africa. Ball coming out nicely, looking left, going left, Flip back inside, taken all the way to the outside. Number 14, she's fast. We've seen this in yesterday's games. And the ball cleverly kept inside, although a slight knock on there by the South African lady, trying to pick it up. That'll be a scrum down on the far side of the pitch. Scottish put in. There's a player down. And the coaches and the physios are running on. Scottish girl who looks like she took a little bit of a knock on the far right wing over there. While she's down on her feet, this is an opportunity to tell you a little bit about this wonderful tournament. For those of you who may not have tuned in yesterday, this is the 41st edition of the Amsterdam Sevens, a wonderful local tournament as it started in 1972, but it has found its way amongst the major Rugby Sevens tournaments of the world, and now, after 41 years in succession, it's a regular fixture for senior players on the rugby circuit. A wonderful mix of professional but amateur. And it's a scrum here. Scottish put in. That was a foot up by South Africa. Advantage for Scotland, quickly taken by the diminutive scrum half. And this is a good Scottish pressure as they run into the Scottish number 10. And the ball is nicely moved. There is an overlap here and a nice loop here by the fly half. Tries to cut through the centre, makes the ball available, and there's a chance here on the left-hand side. She's fast. And number 8 is fast. She's streaming down into the South African 22. A nice handoff, a strong handoff with the right hand, and she dives over into the left-hand corner. First blood is for Scotland. A wonderful try in the far left-hand corner after a determined piece of running by the Scottish number 8. Ball was run from a tricky situation. She hands off the South African defender, and she knows exactly where she's going. She has her right arm free to hand off the next defender who comes in and comes a little high, and 3 desperate tackles later, the Scottish number 8 is over in the corner. A wonderful first blood for the Scottish after 6.5 minutes against a very determined South African ladies team. Not an easy conversion, a long way out, but it's a fine kick from the Scottish kicker. It falls short, but a fine first effort at 10:05 on an overcast Sunday morning. However, it may be a little cloudy. The spirits here are up indeed as the spectators begin to wander in for another day of fascinating, relaxed rugby in top surroundings. And so relaxed it will not be, because as you can see, these are the top country teams of the ladies competition, and of course this afternoon we will have the men's competition also out here on pitch 1. Following the try, Scotland kick off deep into the South African 22, well fielded by the big South African number 5, and the ball is going left, and this could be dangerous because South Africa... Oh! And that was a very high tackle, correctly penalised by the England referee here, and the South Africans are awarded a penalty. They move it quickly to the right-hand side. See, there's no room there, switch it back left. It looks as if there's an overlap here if they can get the ball out quickly enough, and they're trying to do that. Sloppy passing in the middle of the pitch, though, slowed the pace down, gives the Scottish drift defence the opportunity to get over. It looks like a knock-on by South Africa, but there is a clear advantage to Scotland, and so the referee lets play go on. South African number 2, she sees the danger here because there's a clear Scottish overlap if only the ball will come. But the ball won't come, and the referee blows for a penalty. And the determined Scottish scrum half making ground. South Africa were knocked back 10 yards, and so the referee grants Scotland yet another 10 yards. And now they'll slow it down because they are 5-0 up. There were 2 mistakes there. The South Africans were offside and they were knocked back 10 yards, and so the referee will bring them back. And it's a Scottish penalty on the 10-yard line. And it's on the point of half-time, so the Scottish kicker doesn't think about running the ball. They do have a 1-try advantage, and so she puts the ball out into touch, and we go into 1.5 minutes interval.
Referee Alex Scrum. Number 2, England. Referee Option 3, inspection, referee short balance. For time, referee Martin Lewis.
Don't worry about the passing here now. Don't worry because they geared up to cut.
So Scotland and South Africa retake the pitch for the start of the second half here. It's an important tournament for Scotland because for some peculiar reason this proud nation has been absent from the international women's sevens scene for 1.5 decades, and this has led to the curious fact that Scotland currently does not have a ranking in European Rugby Sevens and will have to qualify for the European Championships at the qualification tournament in Ghent this June. South Africa kick off, and a lovely break by Scotland. And just a lady runs from the centre of the pitch, only one fullback to take her, and she is beautifully tackled, but the support is there. Scotland into the 10-metre line, moving forward quickly. Still Scottish possession here. They are determined to qualify for these European Championships, which will take place in Ghent in June. Oh, but the ball went forward. Is there South African advantage? The referee waits. There is perhaps advantage. Advantage is over, but the South Africans in a commanding position here. Back in their own half, but a long, penetrating kick down into the Scottish 22. Is it going to roll into touch? It does not. It's kept in play, but it's out now. So what better way to prepare for these European Championships than the Amsterdam Sevens today? South Africa, of course, won the Confederation of African Rugby Southern title. That might not be that much of a surprise in the 15-a-side game, but in sevens things are really quite different. I mean, there's opposition there from teams like Uganda and Zimbabwe and Kenya. There's no free ride in South African sevens rugby for the ladies either. And Scotland make a substitution, number 4 running onto the pitch. There is a serious lack of funding and sometimes not really up to standard transport systems in the country, and these are some of the continuing challenges that will take place in the development of African rugby. There's certainly no lack of talent here, and as we see in this exciting game, the South African ladies are pushing Scotland for what they're worth. But the line-up was not straight. And the referee will bring the teams back. She'll give the choice to Scotland for the line-out once again, Scottish throw-in, or a scrum on the 15-metre line. Scotland elect for the scrum. And the referee gets into position. But she's not happy with the way things are going. Crouch, touch, pause, and engage. The ladies go in. But the South Africans are pushing before the ball was put in. So that's a free kick for Scotland, taken quickly, and a determined break down the left-hand side of the pitch. She is moving fast there, and it's a penalty for Scotland. And the reason for the penalty is offside on the part of the South Africans, and the ball is moved quickly. Well taken. Looking for the room on the right-hand side. Now we know this winger is fast. She scored in the first. And she's gone through 2 tackles. She's going through 3 tackles, only the sweeper to beat. She's looking for the opportunity on the outside. She goes on the inside. She gets through 1 tackle. Can she get through the second tackle? Oh, she's tackled just before, and she gets there. A wonderful, determined attempt by the South African lady who just desperately grabs hold of the Scottish number 4's shorts, but is unable to stop her in her determination to reach the line. A second fine try for Scotland. The score after 10 minutes, Scotland 5, and now Scotland 10. South Africa 0. Oh, it's a lovely jinx there as she goes past 1 tackle, and then she really has to lunge as she is tackled from behind, and her shorts are held, but she just gets over the line, and that's a wonderful try. Scotland 10, the Republic of South Africa 0 points. People are moving forward. than I thought.
Yeah. Behind, please.
A nice kick-off by Scotland then, deep into the South African 22. South Africans playing the ball across the pitch and a nice determined cut through the centre, but she is well tackled by an equally determined Scottish defence. South Africa must come back now. There's only 3 minutes to go and they're making a determined run here. And the South African winger goes past one, goes through a second defender, but she is half tackled. She's up and running again, but she's got no support at all. Needs to go back. Cuts back inside. But South Africa have a man over here if they can use it. Looked a dangerously flat pass. But again, in possession, bringing the ball back inside. They can't afford to play position rugby here because they're 2 tries behind and they do need to score. Number 6 cuts back inside in the centre of the pitch. Well tackled by the Scottish defence here. And the ball is out. Well picked up. Alert play by Scotland, but it's looked a little nasty, but I think the ladies will be okay there. They are. The number 8 is suffering a little bit from the effects of what looked like a kick. Yeah, she's in some discomfort. And there's not a Scottish girl on the pitch who's going to give up now with a commanding 10-yard lead. She is tackled and she takes a knee there, and then South Africa dives bravely over the ball. But play continues here with a scrum, Scottish input. The Scots still 2 tries ahead, and that was a knock-on. As you'll know, the ball may only be played backwards in the rugby game, and the fly half was scrabbling for the ball, but unfortunately knocked it on.
Crouch! Touch! Pause! Engage!
Scotland in possession, ball going right, and this is this fast winger we've seen, number 10, plays the ball back safely. Again, there's a South African player in the way, so she can't play it out, and the South African player looks as if she's lunging dangerously offside, but the referee lets it go. Good support there. South Africa have to take chances here because they've only got 1 minute to go and they need to move the ball quickly. Out to the very nippy number 11. Can she go outside? She's going inside. She goes through 2 people. She was tackled. She must release the ball. Scotland nicely tackled there. South Africa, long pass here. Now, is there a chance here for South Africa? There's definitely... Oh, she held it nicely, although the ball is on the ground. That's a ruck situation. The players must release, and the ball is out. With half a minute to go, South Africa looking to pressure on the left-hand side. That's a good break, and a determined run as she goes through. And she goes through a second tunnel, a third. Oh, what a wonderful tackle there. But South Africa still in possession, and they go over for their first try. A really determined effort. South African lady is very happy because she has brought the score back to a single try difference between Scotland and South Africa. Scotland at the moment leading 10 points to 5.
Scotland, move, please.
Ooh, and the kick just sails past the left upright. And the referee blows up for the end of the game. Scotland worthy winners here by 10 points to 5 against a determined Republic of South Africa. This could be interesting for the rest of this tournament.
Was it a surprise to win?
Well, it's quite a surprise because we've only been playing together for a day now, so it's all quite new to us. It's our 4th ever game, and we feel like we're building on every single game and getting better and playing more as a team. So I think it just shows what we've got ahead if we keep improving like we are doing. So it's quite an exciting bit of a surprise, really, but I think a well-earned victory.
What do you expect from the rest of the tournament?
We're not too sure. I don't know who we're playing next. I don't know how much experience they have. But we just hope to put out a performance. Whether it's a win, it will be really good. But if not, we just want to do some of the moves we've been practicing on the training field and just build on our performance.